What color is it gonna be? Oh, wow. Wow. Wowie. Wow, wow, wow. We're Sid and Mackie, and we're professional mountain bikers on a quest to race the best and most challenging mountain bike races around the world. So far, 2024 has been a year of transitions, logistics, and grinding, which is to say a lot of cold training rides on the road. We know this will prepare us for a big season of racing, but we also realize how important it is to keep the motivation high, and sometimes that means prioritizing fun over intervals. Earlier this week, we were finally able to share our new 2024 bike sponsor, Ari Bikes, with all of you. And today, we're building up their newly launched lightweight e-bike, the Nebo Peak. Oh, wow. And then we're gonna go ride e-bikes in the desert. Join us for a bit of silliness, a lot of getting lost.
Oh, this is not where the trail goes.
And just some good old-fashioned fun on bikes.
You okay? That was gnarly. What did you think was gonna happen? Okay, we just finished a 4-hour gravel bike ride on the road.
Bike ride.
We're gonna build bikes, e-bikes.
E-bikes.
Because that's what we have all the parts for. These are gonna be different kind of e-bikes that we have ridden before, and I think I'm gonna like them more. Not that I didn't like e-bikes before, but my complaint was generally that they were kind of heavy and didn't feel like a normal bike. Gonna be lightweight. First, we need to eat a lot of food.
I'm very tired.
I know, I can tell you're just standing there like, I'm gonna be in this clip and just like,
I'm just gonna stand
like
here
a lump on the
usefully
log.
in this clip.
As I say, it's always good to tackle complex mechanical tasks after riding for 4 hours.
That's what they say.
Better yet, do it with your partner. Oh, it smells so good. Oh, those look pretty good.
Yeah.
Could use more color on the top, but these are mystery calzones. We have no idea what we put in them. This one's a little sad looking. Not our prettiest creation, but I'm pretty excited to get it.
It's so hot.
Success.
What you doing?
Lying in a sunbeam.
Ready to go build bicycles?
Yeah.
Those calzones are really good, but now I really want to take a nap. So I think I'm gonna take a quick 15-minute lie down, close my eyes, and then I'll be able to build bikes much more efficiently. Definitely.
I don't believe you. I think if I lie down for 15 minutes now, I'm gonna get up tomorrow morning.
Can I open it? What color is it gonna be? Oh wow, I think this one's gonna need the orange fork.
I
Well,
love
this
it.
is gonna be yours for sure.
I love it.
Is this too much
Is it
with
too
the
much
orange
with the
fork?
orange fork?
That is orange. I think we're gonna like Ari's color schemes. I like that the black and gold is like, it's subtle, but it's not boring. And then this is just the full-on, you want color, we're gonna give you color. Wowie. Wow, wow, wow. I think you're right, black fork is the better move, because
Yeah, I think so.
that's like, to add another layer of orange to this would be a lot. Okay, so why e-bikes? I feel like,
Why not
okay,
e-bikes?
why not? I feel like e-bikes are the most surefire way to get people riled up on the internet. People just like to get mad that as professional athletes and very in-shape people, we would ride e-bikes. And couple points on that. One, you don't know why someone might be riding an e-bike. I had a major injury. E-bikes were a huge part of recovering from that. We have both used e-bikes when dealing with minor injuries as well, to just be able to keep the body moving. Another point, e-bikes have actually been really helpful for us from a training perspective. We do a lot of our recovery rides, especially in the summer, on e-bikes, because we can get out, we can have fun, we can go for a ride leaving at like 6 or 7 p.m. and there's still daylight. You tell I'm like fantasizing about this a little bit right now. We can add volume to our training week without adding a ton of effort, which is actually very, very helpful. As an XC racer on an e-bike, you get to kind of practice race pace for say, technical climbs and things, which is really helpful. We don't get up to our race pace on our average endurance ride because that's working way too hard. However, if we go out on the e-bikes, we can ride a section with a bunch of twisty corners, get up to that speed without doing too much work on that cornering that we're gonna encounter in the race on our non-e-bikes, obviously.
The goal of this channel, one of the goals of this channel, is to be inclusive and supportive of people choosing to ride whatever kind of bikes they want. And if that includes an e-bike, I say 2 thumbs up.
Absolutely.
Like,
as long
100%.
as you're riding on trails where e-bikes are legal, as long as you're being respectful to other trail users, which goes obviously
For all bikes.
whether you're on an e-bike or not. If you have a gut negative reaction to e-bikes, I think it's worth examining that just a little bit, because I do think it is kind of tied into our basically ideas that are pretty ableist, like who deserves to be in the mountains, all these kind of things. I think it's worth thinking about for a second.
I put my dad, he was 77, I think. We put him on the e-bike, and he and I were able to go ride together because we could go ride together.
My dad's been pacing me on my road rides
Totally.
on his e-gravel bike. It really opens up a lot of options for people that might not be able to ride together. Keep the e-bike hate somewhere other than this page. And be nice to other people on the trails, whether you're riding an acoustic bike, an e-bike, a horse, you know, whatever. If you're just walking, just be nice.
Just be nice. If we were all
Just
nice,
be
it'd
nice.
be fine.
Saying it's important to go into bike builds well rested and to keep a tidy workspace. The bike looks amazing. Any sane person would just buy a whole bike, but here we are. I think it is pretty beautiful. Cannot wait to go ride it, but I should probably charge it first. I'm gonna give you guys a quick bike check, and then we're gonna head out to Red Mesa, which is about an hour and a half away, and go ride some e-bikes. Newly launched Ari Nebo Peak. Obviously, it's an e-bike. It's got the Fazua Ride 60 motor in it, which gives you up to 60 Newton meters of power, 430 watt-hour battery, which is in this down tube. It's kind of an L shape. We've got Noble TR37 rims on Industry 9 Hydra hubs, obviously with the Bird polymer spokes. Fox 36 float factory grip 2 forks at 150 mils, and then the Fox Float X shock. This bike has 140 mils in the rear, so really nice medium-sized enduro travel. Shimano XT 4-piston brakes, 203 mil rotor on the front, and a 180 on the back. Pro Koryak e-bike specific stem and handlebar. Velo grips, these are the Attune Firm Transfer SL dropper post at 150 mils.
with the Velo Angel Revo Halo saddle on there. And then tire-wise, I'm running basically my go-to mid-travel enduro setup. Maxxis Forecaster in a 2.4 EXO on the front, Recon 2.4 EXO Plus on the rear. One thing that I really like about this Fazua motor is that it's got a really simple controller here. This is the controller, so it's the ring controller. So this is what turns it on and off and swaps between your modes. So let's turn it on. There we go. So now it's on. There's green, blue, and purple are the modes. So these lights show you how much battery you have remaining in 20% increments. So obviously that's not super specific, but you can connect this motor to the smartphone app or to a cycling computer like the Stages Dash L200 that we use, and then you can get the stats from the motor, like battery percentage, all that kind of stuff on your cycling computer. You can even get how much rider power is being put in, so how much power you're putting out on there. So it essentially has a built-in power meter. This to me is so cool because Sid and I always use power meters. We use the Stages power meters, and that's really useful because it's an objective measure. It helps us with our training, make sure that we're in the right zones for endurance rides or for intervals or whatever. I think this is gonna make endurance rides and stuff where like we wanna be able to just go and ride, but also make sure that we're doing our prescribed workouts. It's gonna be really awesome. So that's a feature I'm definitely really excited about. Now it's time to answer the question that you guys have all had and that I have had as well. How much does this weigh? And take into consideration, this is a custom build, but it is also a size large. All right, 40.5 pounds. Or 18.38 kgs. Here's Sid's Nebo Peak. She got the other color scheme, and it's basically built identically. The only difference is she has the transfer 175 post because she's got really long legs. We cut down her handlebars to be the correct width for her. And besides that, the two bikes are essentially identical.
I am pretty excited. I don't know about you. We're gonna go ride dry trails. We've been doing a lot of road riding recently, which it can be fun. We've been crushing it, man. We've been doing some long road rides. This past weekend, I think we rode 10 hours in 3 days. I'm also pretty excited to ride e-bikes because my legs are toast. And the obvious thing is we're riding new bikes.
New bike day.
A new bike brand for the first time in like 5 years. That's a pretty big deal. We are off to Red Mesa. We'll be driving over the Jemez Mountains. Beautiful drive to Jemez Springs and then through the Jemez Pueblo to basically San Isidro area.
And the trails we're going to ride are e-bike legal because they are actually a motorcycle trials area.
It's pretty technical because it's trials built by Trials Moto people. So it's a really challenging climb on a normal bike. It's gonna still be pretty challenging just technically on the e-bike.
Oh, those are a lot easier to take off than the previous ones.
Pretty exciting. Welcome to your public lands. Thank you, public lands. Okay, after some brief technical difficulties because I connected my controls to Macky's bike, we are now rolling.
What mode are you in?
Green?
No, let's do blue at least.
Okay.
No point in being on e-bike if you don't get to go fast all the time.
Whee! It's kind of cool. See, I'm doing 240 watts, so I'm over my endurance zone, so I'm just gonna pop it up to purple and catch up. Whee! Sand. Well, that was cool. Oh, that cornered really nice. I just like dumped this thing into that corner. It was great.
Yeah.
So, philosophical question. Because someday I want to do. Oh, where are you going? That's not.
This is where the tracks are.
save my philosophical question for a second and figure out where we're going. There's bike tracks down here. Classic us, lost already. Oh, this is immensely smoother than the last time we came out here where I was riding my 100mm e-bike. Sort of feels like driving a tank by comparison. Whee! Ah, it's cool out here.
I was doing a lousy job navigating.
Oh, we're lost again. We're gonna create a route.
Save route. Then we will send it to my dash.
After 20 minutes of dithering around in the desert, we loaded a course, and we were not on the course, but now we are again. So now we shred. Yay. Oh, that felt good. Oh, cool.
I have to say that the ring controller,
Yeah,
it's really easy to get to.
much easier than the box.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like going between modes just feels automatic to me. It's really cool.
The question I was asking earlier before we got lost
Okay.
was, if you were to, if green gives you like 100% power boost,
Yeah.
pause. Does that mean like the more power you do, the sooner you'd run the battery out?
So green will give you up to 100% power boost with it maxing out at a certain level. I believe 120 watts. So,
Gotcha. So actually not really, because most people could do over 120 watts.
yeah,
I have
we
no
wanna go
idea where I'm
up
trying to go right
the
now.
Arroyos. Okay, I think somewhere up here to our right is where we want to go. I don't know how we want to do that. So my understanding, looking at the different levels, is that the difference is how much power they'll give you. I decided I needed to interrupt myself for a second here because I didn't really know what I was talking about, and I have since looked it up so I understand it better and can explain it better. There are 3 default modes: Breeze, River, and Rocket. Breeze, or green, matches your power up to 120 watts and then cuts out. River, or blue, adds slightly more than 100% of your power, going all the way up to 280 watts. And then Rocket gives you a little over double your power, all the way up to 350 watts. You also have control over how quickly they accelerate. So this is like from a standstill, when you start pedaling, how quickly it kind of ramps up to that power. Those are the variables that we can control in the app by creating our own custom profiles.
Now, I guess what I was trying to say is, if we did an experiment where we were like, how many miles can we do on this bike? Would we be able to do more because we could put out more power on top of the green zone? Oh my God, this is very steep. Motor only helps you so much. Freaking motor helps a little bit for sure.
There are 2 components that would make that a hard comparison for other people. One is the additional power we'd be putting out, and the second is the difference in weight. It's why my battery is going to run out faster than yours is if we're using the same amount, like if we're not on different settings.
We could even out our settings
And I think that
before we did that experiment. I think it'd be a fun video. Let us know in the comments if you agree, where we just go out for a ride and we literally agree to not stop until the bike stops and then we have my parents come rescue us.
Do we have to do it on green?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
I'm like literally like big day. The title can be like, who died first, us or the bike? There she is. There she is. That was cool.
I think this is where that climb starts. Stairway to Hell, maybe? Stairway to Heaven or Stairway to Hell or Stairway to something?
Stairway to Hell.
Yeah, I think it's Stairway to Hell. It's extremely technical, has some really solid moves, and well, so far it is more enjoyable on the e-bike.
I feel like technical climbing on an e-bike is interesting because, like, obviously it's cardiovascularly easier.
Yeah.
Source having a conversation right now. But at least for me, I guess it depends if you're really what you're used to, but like it can almost kind of technically be harder because you just have this like acceleration factor. Oh, this is not where the trail goes.
Yeah. Yeah, it definitely, I think it takes more getting used to. Or, I guess I am less used to it. But I really like it. Oh, I got a creaky, squeaky pedal.
If you are used to like ratchet pedaling a lot when you do technical climbing, you might cause yourself some problemos on an e-bike because you will not be ready for the acceleration. That happens when you ratchet. This is where MACKY went, because this is where I'm going. Oh, this is the same trail. So this is familiar. This part's cool.
Oh, come on, MACKY. Nope. Thunderdome.
We made it to the top of the hill. Surprisingly difficult climb, even on e-bikes. Still fun though. Can't remember where the line is on this. Can never remember which side of that rolls and which is certain death, so that's why we had to take a look at it. I want to follow you because I don't want to ride off a cliff on accident. It's very confusing. Oh boy. Oh, didn't quite nail it. nice curb rock at the bottom of that one. And I hit it and that was fine, so that's good. Very confidence inspiring on the descent, this thing. Whee! Oops. You good?
I didn't hear what you said.
I was talking to the camera. Whoa, babe. You okay? That was gnarly. What did you think was gonna happen?
Well, I thought it was gonna roll and that the trail was gonna go this way and not the way that it did.
Mackie just gapped from like that white thing to here, which turned out to be a drop, and then careened into the bushes. And somehow you rode it out.
Bottomed out my
I would think.
only the fork though.
Dude, I almost like followed you in that. You made it look so smooth, but then you started screaming and I just grabbed a lot of brakes.
Sorry about that.
No.
Before you leave, people.
No, it was good that you said something because I don't think I would have ridden that out nearly. Hey, you could have just kept going. Okay, so this corner I fell in a cactus the last time and I'm a little scared of it. It was entirely fine. I don't even see the cactus. How did I get so many spines in my hand? There's no cactus there. I'm confused. I must have killed it. I don't know what I did to crash that badly in that corner last time.
I'm not sure either.
Because it was like this time I was like, this is no big deal. But that's what I was thinking the last time, seconds before I got hammered. Where did I go?
Right where are you going? Nice. And the last time we rode all this stuff, they were frozen puddles.
Yeah, this is kind of sketchy.
Yeah.
That was fun.
Whoa, Sandy. Left you hanging. Nice.
That was pretty fun.
That was really fun.
Pretty fun. First of all, fun. E-bikes are fun.
2 thumbs up for e-bikes.
Things we already knew. I just really liked the way that that bike cornered. Like immediately. Like the first corner I did, I was like, ooh. Well, that was cool. That felt really good. And I don't know what that is. I'm gonna think about it and try to figure out why. That to me is a really good omen. Also, just generally, whenever I was pointing downhill, it felt really good.
Yep.
Really confidence inspiring. Compared to our previous e-bikes, much more playful because it's much lighter. Still find technical climbing on e-bikes kind of frustrating.
Yeah.
Because you like accidentally accelerate weird in corners and like jam up against a rock. And like, that said, I had some like fit stuff. We had my saddle up too high. We sorted that out, but halfway up the climb started feeling better on the later parts. I definitely just like zipped up some pretty big step ups that I don't think I would have done on my previous e-bike. I want to mess a little bit with the motor controls in the Fazua app just to kind of like customize the zones for me. I kind of have an idea that I want to set blue or green zones to like...
You mean breeze or river?
I'm sorry, absolutely not going to be calling it that. The green or blue zones, like kind of set it up so that I am getting max amount of power from that zone when I'm right about in my endurance zone. Because I think right now green is capping out pretty early because it tops you at 120. So I think maybe making it gives additional power up to like 200, which is kind of like top of endurance zone for me. Like I think that would keep me in the endurance zone a bit more.
Yeah, I was just impressed by how much like an acoustic bike it felt. Playful, it's fun, it's springy. Obviously there's a motor and you feel the motor and, you know, there's additional power. It climbs really well. Like I was able to ride some really technical climbs that were really fun. And
yeah,
like,
I can't believe you just like zipped up that thing.
It was just cool. It like, I felt like it gave very steady power and like gave power at the right time. There was no like weird lag or like not giving me the power. Like it just felt very smooth and consistent and I was able to make it up that stuff. So really happy with that. Same as you, I want to play with the settings some because I want to figure out settings so that you and I can ride together in our endurance zones and have that like set up so that both of us are in the endurance zone. You know, adjusting it a little bit because right now, like you said, breeze or green like tops out 120 and that's like basically the second you start pedaling you're kind of like, okay, there already. And then I don't know, it also is giving you 100% power, like it's matching your power up to 120. And I don't think like for the easiest mode, I don't think that's necessary. I think I'd rather have like an additional 50% or maybe 75% or something like that, but up to a higher point. It's gonna be fun to play with the app and to figure out the settings. But overall, just really happy with the bike. I am looking forward to our home trails being dry and doing a bunch of endurance rides on the e-bike.
This was exactly the ride we needed. We got a chance to ride our new bikes on dry dirt, and it was a great reminder of why we've been putting in all the hard work for the past few months. The Nebo Peaks were a ton of fun, and we're looking forward to building up our REX C bikes here in the coming days and get rolling with our 2024 season.